نقل کی جائے فضائل میں معتبر ہوتی ہے۔ غالباً اسی وجہ سے جامع الصغیر میں ابو ہریرہ کی اس حدیث پر حسن کی علامت لگائی ہے۔ علامہ سخاوی نے حضرت انس کی حدیث سے اس روایت نقل کی ہے، حضرت ابو ہریرہ کی حدیث سے نقل کیا کہ جو شخص جمعہ کے دن عصر کی نماز کے بعد اپنی جگہ سے اٹھنے سے پہلے 80 مرتبہ یہ درود پڑھے، اللہم صلی علی محمد النبی الامی وعلی آلہ وسلم تسلیما، اس کے 80 سال کے گناہ معاف ہوں گے اور 80 سال کی عبادت کا ثواب اس کے لیے لکھا جائے گا۔ 80 سال کے گناہ معاف ہوں گے۔ آپ کہیں گے سب لوگ تو 80 سال نہیں جیتے، 80 سال کی عبادت کا ثواب تو سب لوگ تو 80 سال عبادت نہیں کرتے، کیا مطلب اس کا؟ اس طرح کے الفاظ جب قرآن حدیث میں آتے ہیں تو اس سے مراد کثرت، بہت گناہ معاف ہوں گے اور بہت عبادت کا بہت ثواب لکھا جائے گا۔ یہ جو عدد ہوتا ہے 70 80، یہ کثرت بتانے کے لیے ہوتا ہے، کیونکہ انسانوں کی زندگیاں مختلف ہوتی ہیں۔ بعض آدمی 15-20 سال میں اتنے گناہ کر لیتے ہیں جتنے دوسرے 60-70 میں بھی نہیں کرتے۔ بعض آدمی 25-30 سال میں اتنی نیکیاں کر لیتے ہیں کہ دوسرے 80-100 سال میں بھی اتنی نیکیاں نہیں کر سکتے۔ تو یہ نیکی برائی کا کرنا اٹس آلسو ریلیٹیو۔ تو مطلب یہ ہے کہ ایک میڈیم آدمی 80 سال میں جتنے گناہ کر سکتا ہے، یا میڈیم آدمی جتنی نیکیاں کر سکتا ہے، اتنی ساری نیکیاں اس کے اعمال نامے میں لکھی جائیں گی، کیونکہ اس نے نبی کریم صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم سے محبت کا اظہار کیا، اور اللہ کو بھی اپنے نبی سے محبت، تو اس کی جزا اور بدلے کے طور پر انعام میں اللہ اس کے بہت گناہ معاف کریں گے اور بہت نیکیاں اس کے لیے لکھیں گے۔ یہ مطلب حدیث شریف کا ہے۔ اس لیے ہمارے حضرت شیخ زکریا نور اللہ مرقدہ کا یہ پوری زندگی کا معمول تھا۔ حضرت جمعہ کے روز عصر کی نماز مسجد میں آ جاتے، مغرب تک مسجد میں ہی بیٹھے رہتے۔ جمعہ کے روز حضرت مغرب عصر بعد گھر نہ جاتے، مسجد میں ہی رہتے کنٹینیوس، اور حضرت کا ہمیشہ کا یہ معمول رہا، اور حضرت عصر بعد یہ درود شریف ضرور پڑھتے تھے۔ اس میں اخیر میں ہمارے حضرت نے حاشیہ لکھا ہے، اس میں حضرت نے لکھا ہے کہ ایک بزرگ نے حضرت نبی کریم صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم وہ خواب میں دیکھا۔ حضرت نبی کریم صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم نے فرمایا، مجھ کو زکریا کا جمعہ والا معمول بہت پسند ہے۔ انہوں نے یہ خواب حضرت شیخ کو لکھا۔ حضرت شیخ نے کہا میرا تو ایسا کوئی خاص معمول نہیں جمعہ کا، ہاں البتہ یہ جو عصر بعد 80 ٹائم درود ہے، یہ میرا پتہ نہیں حضرت نے کتنے سال بیان کیے، 40-50 سال سے میرا یہ معمول ہے، اور یہ معمول میرا کبھی نہیں چھوٹا۔ معلوم یہ ہوا کہ حضور کو یہ عصر بعد اپنی جگہ بیٹھے رہنا، درود شریف پڑھنا، یہ بہت پسند تھا۔ اس پر تصویب فرمائی، تحسین فرمائی، بشارت دی کہ مجھ کو زکریا کا یہ معمول بہت پسند ہے۔ اس لیے ہمیں بھی کوشش کرنی چاہیے، کریں گے انشاءاللہ کہ جمعہ کے روز عصر کی نماز مسجد میں ہی پڑھیں، اور نماز کے بعد اپنی جگہ بیٹھ کر منیمم 80 ٹائمز یہ درود پڑھیں۔ 100 دفعے پڑھ لیں تو اور اچھا ہے، اور اگر مزید پڑھیں تو مزید فائدہ ہوگا، لیکن کم سے کم منیمم 80 times we must read this درود شریف on Friday after Asr whilst we are seated in our place. کیونکہ once we get up اور کوٹ پہننے جائیں گے تو کوئی بات کرے گا، کوئی یہ کرے گا، تو ڈسٹریکشن ہو جائے گا، ذہن ہمارا دوسری طرف چلا جائے گا۔ یہاں مقصود یہ ہے کہ آدمی توجہ سے، دھیان سے، استحضار کے ساتھ کہ میرا درود حضور کو پہنچ رہا ہے، یہ سوچ کر توجہ سے درود پڑھے۔ اللہ ہمیں عمل کی توفیق دے، اور اس طرح توجہ سے، دھیان سے درود پڑھنے کی توفیق عطا فرمائے۔ जब हमारा ध्यान हुजूर की तरफ होगा तो हुजूर का ध्यान भी हमारी तरफ होगा, वहां से तवज्जो, फयूज, बरकत हासिल होंगे। बहरहाल ये तो चूंकि आज फ्राइडे है इसलिए ये जुमा के दुरूद शरीफ के बारे में मुख्तसर बात कर दी। वी मूव ऑन टू आवर लेसन्स ऑन इह्या उलूमिद्दीन ऑफ इमाम गजाली रहमतुल्लाह। डॉक्टर साहब की रोज अलार्म जाती है इस टाइम, रेगुलर है। हाँ जी, बात चल रही थी असरारुस सौम व शुरूतुहुल बातिना, रोजे की सीक्रेट्स और उसके बातिनी शराइत, इंटरनल कंडीशंस। तो सौमुल उमूम, सौमुल खुसूस और सौमु खुसूसिल खुसूस, रोजा ऑफ जनरल पब्लिक, रोजा ऑफ सालिहीन and roza of the elite and the special of the special, elite of the elite. So we are talking about roza of khusus salihin, and Imam Ghazali said salihin's roza is to not just only fast from eating, drinking and deriving sexual pleasures, rather it is to fast of the whole body from head to toe. Fast of the eyes, the ears, the tongue, the hands, the feet, everything. We talked about fast of the eyes, that you should not look at things you're not allowed to look at. Or even if you're allowed to look at something, you should still not keep on staring and gazing at other people's things and stuff. Try to look down, close your eyes, connect your heart with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sit in muraqabah and join your heart with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Secondly, sawmul lisan, hifzul lisan, protecting the tongue from bakwas, bekar baatein, and from haram like ghibat, sabbo shatm, galam galoji, swearing, abusing, vulgar language, anything bad from tongue, you have to stop. Now, after mentioning these two, Imam Ghazali is moving on to number 3. الثالث كف السمع عن الإصغاء إلى كل مكروه لأن كل ما حرم قوله حرم الإصغاء إليه. To withhold the ears from leaning towards anything which is disliked, because whatever is haram to utter is haram to pay attention to and listen to. وَلِذَلِكَ سَوَّى اللَّهُ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ بَيْنَ الْمُسْتَمِعِ وَآكِلِ السُّحْتِ. This is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made equality and similarity between a person who listens to bad stuff and a person who consumes haram. Allah said, سَمَّاعُونَ لِلْكَذِبِ يَكَّالُونَ لِلسُّحْتِ. The Yahud are very eager to listen to lies and very fond of eating haram stuff. And وقال عز وجل لولا ينهاهم الربانيون والأحبار عن قولهم الإثم وأكلهم السحت. Why do their rabbis and their scholars not stop them from uttering sinful stuff and from consuming haram stuff? فالسكوت عن الغيبة على الغيبة حرام. Therefore, remaining silent upon ghibat, when ghibat is done for someone and you remain silent, then this is haram. وَقَالَ تَعَالَى إِنَّكُمْ إِذًا مِثْلُهُمْ. Allah said, then you will be same as them. وَلِذَلِكَ قَالَ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ الْمُغْتَابُ وَالْمُسْتَمِعُ شريكان في الإثم. One hadith says, the one who does ghibat and the one who listens to ghibat are both partners in crime, partners in sin. This hadith is narrated by Tabarani from Abdullah ibn Umar بسند ضعيف. نهانا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم عن الغيبة وعن الاستماع إلى الغيبة, as researched by Iraqi in Sharh al-Ihyaa. What is Imam Ghazali saying over here? The third adab is Kaan ki hifazat, Sawmul Uzun, roza of the ears. And roza is the ear of the ears is not to lend an ear to something haram. Isra means to lean towards something. So to lend your ear to something haram is also disliked. It's also not allowed. So whatever is haram to utter, it's haram to listen to it as well. So ghibat is haram to do. And if someone is backbiting and you sit there and you join in, participate, you keep listening, that is also haram. Hazrat Ji Maulana Inamul Hasan Sahab, Amir Tabligh, Rahmatullahi alayhi, we heard regarding him that when he was young, in his student days, he was still studying. He wasn't even a big buzrug yet. But since he was fitri taur par buzrug, naturally a pious person from birth, he was sitting in Nizamuddin Markaz and some friends were around him, and some of the friends started talking bad about someone, backbiting. Hazrat immediately stood up and said, "Main chai bana ke aata hu. I'll make tea first." So he went in the kitchen. He took long time in washing the saucepan and bringing milk, water and tea. By the time he came back, that ghibat subject had finished and they were talking about something else. He protected himself from ghibat by just getting up and leaving that majlis. So if you can't tell them to stop the ghibat, then at least you can get up from that majlis and go elsewhere and move away from there. So this is what is haram. Imam Ghazali said, if something is haram to say, then it is haram to listen to that stuff as well. Don't say haram, don't listen to haram. And same is the case over here of music, songs and other stuff. Watching movies, because in movies there's not only watching, there's also listening. Because the actors say things, there's music behind it, and the actors' words are behind it. And these scripts are written, and they are written to brainwash you and to affect you. And in the scripts there is kufr and shirk, and that shirk is uttered, and you hear that shirk, and it creeps into your heart. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam said in one hadith that the ears and the eyes are like that funnel. You have that funnel, you want to put oil from large container into a small container, you put it there and you pour the oil, and the container, it goes into the small bottle of oil. Similarly, your eyes and ears are like that funnel, and they pour everything in your heart. Whatever you see, whatever you hear, it goes inside and sets in there. Therefore, do not watch haram stuff and do not listen to haram stuff. In Roza, when you're fasting, you have to be extra careful. Not just during Roza, in fact, during Ramzan. From moon to moon, Ramzan moon to Shawwal moon, Eid al-Fitr, whole month is Ramzan. The whole month you have to be careful. Even at night, not just during day, but at night as well, you have to respect the sanctity of Ramadan and not violate the respect of Ramadan. So, Ghazali went on to say, this is why he's giving dalil for ma haruma qawluhu haruma al-isgha'u ilayhi. He said, this is why Allah created similarity between a mustami' and akilus suhut. Allah is talking about the Yahud in the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah is mentioning some of their bad habits. So one of their bad habits was one of their bad habits was that samma'una lil kadhib akkaluna lis suhut. They used to pay very attention and listen eagerly to the lies. No, just pull off now. Just pull it over there. Bas, thank you. Pachi on karon bhuli jai. Ji. Samma'una lil kadhib akkaluna lis suhut. They used to listen very attentively to lies. Good things, they don't want to listen. But as soon as someone is fabricating things, telling lies, mashallah, maza aa gaya. They love lies. Even today, what's happening in Gaza, they try to censor everything and lie about everything. Oh, this was not like that. Oh, we didn't do this. Oh, they themselves did it. If they did it, them did it. We didn't do it. We're not to blame. You can't blame us. So lying is in their vein and blood. From the day one, 1400 years ago, Allah is saying in Quran, Samma'una lil kadhib. They like listening to lies and akkaluna lis suhut. And they eat a lot and consume a lot. Suhut and haram stuff. Riba, or everything haram. They love haram. They like eating haram. Then Allah, Imam Ghazali rahmatullah alayhi writes, Allah said, لولا ينهاهم الربانيون والأحبار عن قولهم الإثم وأكلهم السحت. Similar meaning. فالسكوت على الغيبة حرام. If someone is doing ghibat, then staying quiet is haram. You have to speak up and defend the person. That no bhai, but bolo aisa. One hadith said, if you defend the honor of your Muslim brother when he is in need of your defending, then Allah will defend you that time when you are in need of defense. Allah will protect you on the day of Qiyamah. Allah will reward you for your good behavior on the day of Qiyamah. So, Allah said, Innakum idham misluhum. This is one ayat in which Allah said, وَإِذَا رَأَيْتَ الَّذِينَ يَخُوضُونَ فِي آيَاتِنَا فَأَعْرِضْ عَنْهُمْ حَتَّى يَخُوضُوا فِي حَدِيثٍ غَيْرِهِ إِنَّكُمْ إِذًا مِثْلُهُمْ إِنَّ اللَّهَ جَامِعُ الْمُنَافِقِينَ وَالْكَافِرِينَ فِي جَهَنَّمَ جَمِيعًا. When you see people discussing and indulging in our signs and making fun and mockery of our signs, then turn away from them. Go away from there until they get busy in another conversation. Because if you were to sit there and engage in there and listen to it, then you will be exactly like them. One hadith said, Man kassara sawada qawmin fahuwa minhum. Whoever increases the volume of a people, then he is also one of them. So you're sitting with them, you're increasing their gang, you're increasing their behavior, you will be like them as well. This is why listening to haram stuff is also haram, especially during Ramadan. One hadith said, Al-Mughtab wal-Mustami' sharikani fil ithm. The one who does ghibat and who listens are both partners in the sin. Al-Rabi'. Number 4. Kaffu baqiyatil jawarih anil atham min al-yad wal-rijl anil makarih. Withholding the other limbs from sins, the hand and the feet from disliked things. وَكَفُّ الْبَطْنِ عَنِ الشُّبُهَاتِ وَقْتَ الْإِفْطَارِ. And withholding and stopping the belly from mashkuk and doubtful food and drink at the time of iftar. This is the 4th stage. What have we covered up to now? Fast of the eyes, fast of the tongue, fast of the ears. Now, fast of the hands and the feet and the stomach. Fast of the hands is to stop it from anything bad that the hand can do. Slapping someone, punching someone, right? Getting knife and stabbing someone, na'uzubillah, or writing someone something which is wrong, texting something which is wrong, huh? Or taking someone's property, stealing someone's thing. These are the sins of the hand. So, Sawm of the hand is to stop it from anything bad that the hands can do. And the feet from walking to a place where we should not walk to. Haram place. Cinema, watching movies, going to cinema during these days, or going to some place which is haram, which is disliked, or walking with someone who's a burglar to help him to steal, going somewhere to kill someone, na'uzubillah, injure someone. You hear somewhere there's a fight, and because it's your friend, you go there to fight with them. This is walking to places of sin, whatever sin that may be. And al-batnu anish shubuhat. The Sawm of the belly is to avoid mashkook and doubtful stuff at the time of iftar. Meaning, your income should be halal. Whatever you eat, chicken, meat, ingredients should be halal. Whatever goes down these lips and into the throat and into the belly should be halal. Make sure everything that goes down is not haram, is not mashkook, it's not doubtful. Let alone haram, make sure it's not even mashkook and doubtful. बहुत जरूरी है. हम लोग गोश्त चिकन का तो एहतियात करते हैं, लेकिन उससे पहले what's before ghost and chicken? Income comes first, and with that money you buy meat and chicken. So just as ghost chicken should be halal, similarly the income should be halal as well. And we have to be very, very careful with regards to this mashkook ashya, to avoid mashkook and doubtful things. Imam Bukhari rahmatullah alayhi's father Ismail ibn Ibrahim was on his deathbed, and he said to those around him, La a'lamu min mali dirhaman min shubhatin. I do not know that a single dirham in my legacy is of shubha, doubtful earning. All my earnings, dealings have been halal, pure halal, 100% halal, let alone haram. There's no shak and doubt in my income either. And that's Allah. And he was a wealthy person. Imam Bukhari inherited a lot of money from his father. He was yatim. So the relatives had saved his stuff until he grew up and he was 15, 16 years old, and they gave it to him. This is your father's miras which he left for you. And with that money he went out to study and he became Imam Bukhari. The effect of the halal, pure, hard-earned money of his father. So, at the time of iftar, make sure you don't eat or drink anything haram or anything mashkook and doubtful. This is the fast of the belly, fast of the hands, fast of the feet, and fast of the stomach. فلا معنى للصوم وهو الكف عن الطعام الحلال ثم الإفطار على الحرام. There is no point in fasting which is to stay away from halal food and then do iftar on haram food. So throughout the day you stayed hungry from halal food, but at iftar time you are eating haram food. What's the point in such roza? The benefit of this roza will not be gained if you do iftar with haram stuff. فمثال هذا الصائم مثال من يبني قصرا ويهدم مصرا. The example of this Sa'im is Like the example of a person who constructs a palace but at the same time demolishes a city. فإن الطعام الحلال إنما يضر بكثرته لا بنوعه. Because halal food is only harmful when it is consumed in plenty, not by its type and category. فالصوم لتقليله. Fasting is to reduce the consumption of haram food. وتارك الاستكثار من الدواء خوفا من ضرره إذا عدل إلى تناول السم كان سفيها. And a person who avoids eating, consuming lots of medicine for fear of its harm, when he turns to taking poison, then he will be classed as foolish, a stupid person. وَالْحَرَامُ سُمٌّ مُهْلِكٌ لِلدِّينِ. Haram is a poison which destroys the deen. وَالْحَلَالُ دَوَاءٌ يَنْفَعُ قَلِيلُهُ وَيَضُرُّ كَثِيرُهُ. Halal is a medicine. Little of it is beneficial, but a lot of it is harmful. وَقَصْدُ الصَّوْمِ تَقْلِيلُهُ. The aim of Sawm is to reduce the halal ghiza, halal food. وَقَدْ قَالَ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ. And Huzur has also said, كَمْ مِنْ صَائِمٍ لَيْسَ لَهُ مِنْ صَوْمِهِ إِلَّا الْجُوعُ وَالْعَطَشِ. How many sa'ims who get nothing from their Sawm except hunger and thirst. فَقِيلَ. In the tafsir of this hadith, some shurrah say, هُوَ الَّذِي يُفْطِرُ عَلَى الْحَرَامِ. The person who only gets hunger and thirst is the one who does iftar with haram things. وَقِيلَ هُوَ الَّذِي يُمْسِكُ عَنِ الطَّعَامِ الْحَلَالِ وَيُفْطِرُ عَلَى لُحُومِ النَّاسِ بِالْغِيبَةِ وَهُوَ حَرَامٌ. And number two, others said it is a person who stays away from halal food, but he breaks his roza with the flesh and meat of people by backbiting them, which is haram. وَقِيلَ هُوَ الَّذِي لَا يَحْفَظُ جَوَارِحَهُ عَنِ الْآثَامِ. A third interpretation is that this is a person who does not guard his limbs from sins. देख लिया गजाली का कलाम, बड़ा पुरमग़ज़ कलाम है. क्या कहा गजाली ने? If a person stays away from halal food but does iftar with haram food, is like a person who constructs a palace but destroys a city, demolishes the whole city. He says that halal food is only harmful when you take a lot of it, not by its type. If you eat lots of halal food and overeat, then overeating is a killer. Overeating bloats your body, your belly, you can't digest it, so it creates fat in the body and it makes you obese. So you have to eat just the right amount. So halal stuff is only muzir when you eat a lot of it. And Sawm is to reduce that halal food. And when a person, is fearful of medicine, that if I take too much of medicine, then I'll get sick. So let me reduce it. Sometimes, diabetes, then in Ramzan you have to reduce the medicine a little bit because you're fasting. And if you take full dose of your diabetic medicine and you're hungry as well, then your sugar level is going to go down and then, you're going to faint. So you have to speak to the doctor, reduce the dose during the month of Ramadan. So if a person is scared that a lot of medicine is going to harm him, so he reduces the medicine, but then he takes some poison. So what's going to happen? He's a foolish, he's going to die, he's going to kill himself. So similarly, if a person stays away from halal food but goes to haram food at iftar, then he's killing himself. He's a foolish person. And haram is summun muhlikun lid-deen, is poison. Hazrat Maulana Ahmad Ali Lahori rahmatullah alayhi, he could see that poison in haram. Like this, let's say this is a glass of water, right? It's clean, clear. But if someone told you that it's been drugged, you can't see the drug, but someone told you that there's drug in there, you're going to kill yourself if you drink it. When you drink it, then you throw it away. So haram has that poison in there. We can't see it, but Allah Rasul can see it. And sometimes Allah shows that to special people. They can see that this is haram and this is halal. Haram has poison in it. Hazrat Maulana Lahori Rahmatullah Alayhi, मैंने अब किस्सा सुनाया होगा. Maulana Amin Safdar Ukadwi Rahmatullah Alayhi from Ukhada Sharif says that, once we were sitting and we were discussing about Hazrat Lahori, that he can see haram and he can detect it. So we thought, yaar, logon ne aisi baat uda rakhi hai. Kaun dekh sakta hai haram ko? These are hearsays. People make these things famous. So he says that we were sitting and a person came and he said, these 5 rupees are haram money. Anybody want it? So we thought, yaar, ye imtihan ka acha time hai. Nice time to test. We said, okay, give it to us. So we took those 5 rupees. We went to the market. We bought some apples and kinnus, tangerines, and from 5 rupees. And we brought some more with halal earned 5 rupees. And we knew which were which by the color. We could identify them. We mixed them. And we went by bus to Hazrat's place. So Hazrat welcomed us, mashallah. Ji, bataiye kaise aane hua? How did you come? Ji Hazrat, Hazrat ki sohbat mein kuch फैज हासिल करने के लिए आए हैं. हाँ, सोहबत में रहने आए हो कि इम्तिहान लेने आए हो? You come to stay in my company or you come to test me? Bring your apples and your tangerines. Put them here. These are haram, these are halal. Go away from here. I don't want your stuff. And they were shocked. Hazrat को कश्फ हो गया. अल्लाह ने खोल ली उनकी हालत. Hazrat used to say, if someone stays with Lahori for 40 days, does what Lahori does and eats what Lahori eats, I can guarantee within 40 days the eyes of his heart will open up and he will be able to see what Lahori sees. So Maulana Amin Sahab says we were really sheepish. कि हमने बेअदबी की, गुस्ताखी की. We shouldn't have done that. We left Hazrat's place. We came to the bus stop. I said to my friends, you go, bhai. I can't go with you. I'm going to go back to Hazrat's place. So they left in the bus. I came back to Hazrat's masjid. I just, slept in one corner throughout the night. Prayed my tahajjud. Hazrat also came. Hazrat prayed his tahajjud. Hazrat led Fajr namaz. And after Fajr namaz, Hazrat looked towards me and he smiled. And he called me over. हाँ, अब तुम बैत होने के लिए आए हो, फैज हासिल करने के लिए आ जाओ. फिर हजरत ने बैत कर लिया. तो Imam Ghazali is saying that haram is poison. Haram money, haram food, haram chicken, haram meat, haram ice cream, haram chocolate, haram sweet has poison in it. We can't see that poison, but it is poisonous. So Imam Ghazali is saying that you have to stay away from mashkook and shubuhat and haram stuff at the time of iftar. Otherwise, you're going to poison your roza, poison your soul. You will be injecting poison in your ruh by eating haram stuff. So avoid that. And he explained this. This is why hadith said, "Kam min sa'imin laysa lahu min sawmihi illa al-ju' wal-'atash." Many people keep roza, but they only get hunger and thirst, nothing else. And the remainder of the hadith is, "Kam min qa'imin laysa lahu min qiyamihi illa as-sahar." Many stand in prayer at night, but get nothing from their prayer except sleeplessness. Only their sleep is driven away, no thawab in there. Because they do qiyamul layl, pray tahajjud, but at the same time they do some gunas. So the sawab of the tahajjud is gone. Sheikh Sadi Shirazi Rahmatullahi alayhi, who went on to become a great wali of Allah, was a young boy. His father used to wake him up and take him to the masjid at the time of tahajjud. So he would pray tahajjud with his father. So one day they came to masjid for tahajjud. There were few people sleeping in the masjid. So the young boy Sadi made a remark. He said, Abba, देखो नहीं ये लोग कैसे हैं, सोए पड़े रहते हैं, नमाज नहीं पढ़ते. Look at these people. They are sleeping, they don't pray. So his father said, Beta, तू भी सोया रहता तो अच्छा होता. If you had slept, that would have been better for you. Because the sawab of your tahajjud which you're going to get, you've destroyed it by this remark of ghibat and backbiting. So the guna and the sin of ghibat is more than the sawab of your tahajjud. So similarly, if you fast during the day, but you indulge in haram stuff, then you are destroying yourself. You are a foolish person. Therefore, this sahih fast, the fast of salihin, is to fast of the eyes, fast of the tongue, fast of the ears, fast of the hands, fast of the feet, and fast of the stomach as well. Then your Sawm is proper. So this is number 4. Al-Khamis, we'll read that later inshallah. Number 5. In number 5, Imam Ghazali says that staying away from istikthar min al-halal. That even halal food, we should try and reduce its consumption during Ramzan. Because Ramzan, we should control our diet. Ramzan is a nice, good opportunity to do some dieting. This is what Ghazali has mentioned. Now, tomorrow I won't be here. I have to go to Preston, Maulana Ilyas Masjid after Asr Youth Conference. And Sunday I have to go to Tayyiba Masjid. So after Asr, so both days you can read Quran Sharif. Saeed Bhai can do some Ta'aleem of Fazail Ramzan, and then you can read Quran Sharif. Monday I'll be here inshallah. We'll try and read a little bit. I was hoping to finish this chapter, but I don't think we'll be able to finish it because Tuesday, Zoom. I'll be flying out inshallah to Canada. Maybe after I come back, inshallah, we'll complete this inshallah Ihyaa Uloom lesson. May Allah give us tawfiq to fast properly and accept our humble ibadat and be pleased with us. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. Everybody take Quran Sharif and read Quran Sharif for a while inshallah.